Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today on my channel, I'm going to be talking about two really stupid YouTubers in a horrible situation where nobody wins in the end. Let's begin. So first off, we're going to be talking about the probably the dumber side of the story, who is Fox Goodman. So now Fox Goodman is a relatively small animation channel that is well known for being an extreme tracer. He traces clip art, he traces the odd ones out, he traces character models, he traces everything. Now he is not the worst person in the situation, but he's certainly the dumbest. He cannot seem to figure out what to do. Now, if I were him, as he has done recently, I think he should create his own style, which he has done recently, as I said, and he should start working on videos where he doesn't include clip art and he rather includes his own drawn content. One of his major points is a quote from James stating, James is in the other ones out, but it was stating that he promotes copy channels. But I think Fox Goodman probably took that to the extreme. Fox Goodman took that to the point of literally copying James's art. Now, that is not something okay to do. I think James, what he was talking about, is a good example is someone like Something Else YT, who makes his own original content that is similar to James without ever tracing him or stealing anything from the internet. So I think that is what he was talking about. Whereas Fox Goodman literally just traces everything he has, which is something I don't know why, and he should make his own original content in the future. So for my next point, I'm going to be going more in depth about his ideas of clip art and how he can use that. Now, he makes a relatively good point. He states that it is okay because he has seen a lot of other YouTubers, including big ones like Jane Animation, Game Theory, and tons of other YouTubers use Google Images in their videos. But see, they're using Google Images. Now, what Fox Goodman is doing is he is using clip art. And that is not okay. If you use clip art that looks similar to your animation style, then it'll make it seem like you're trying to pass it off as your own. Whereas if you use something like, say, Jane Animations did in one of her videos, where she used the background of a supermarket, that is fine because she was using it for a short scene, and she was using it not as passing it off as her own. Whereas it seems more like Fox Goodman was passing it off as his own, even though it was obviously not. If you looked up literally, I think it was clip art couches, and that was one of the first results. But he didn't link sources back to where he got it. He didn't check the copyright. At least I don't think he did, because most of his things are probably heavily copyrighted. And in some of his images, he took out watermarks, which are there to protect copyright. But instead of making his own original style, he instead spent his time just taking out the watermarks from images. Now, I have a major question about this situation. Is Fox Goodman, or is he not Matt Spicer? Because he says he isn't, but most of the evidence stacks up against him. For if you look at their YouTube channels and their videos in particular, you'll notice that their voices are very similar, and Daft Pina talks a lot about this on this point. But I personally think they are, and you probably, or you don't probably, but you might think that they aren't the same person. Now, everyone will have their own opinion, but I think that they are the same person. Now, he says that they aren't, and in every situation that Fox Goodman is given, he wins in the end. Because if he is Matt Spicer, To prove that, he said Daft Pina had to have paid for a first-class jet trip there from his home to LA. He needs to pay for a VidCon ticket and a 5-star hotel ticket. Or not a ticket, more like a stay or whatever. And so that's like thousands of dollars right there. And he gets a pleasant vacation. And the only bad thing about it is that he has to delete his unmonetized, poorly made YouTube channel. Seems fair enough. Now, on the other end, if he doesn't do that, if Daft Pina doesn't pay for all of that, and they are the same person, then he gets to say that Daft Pina doesn't want to put his money where his mouth is and won't stick with his word and do that, and do what the unfair conditions are that he is given. But a much easier solution is to have just fly Fox Goodman to Matt Spicer's house, get their 2 addresses and have them agree to that, and make them have a live stream with face reveals and obvious voices matching their people. Like, it's obviously who's who. Because they're both very similar channels, they do very similar things, and they both blocked him around the same time. So that is more than suspicious and probably more than enough evidence to say in likeliness that they are the same person. Next, we're going to be talking about Daft Pina. Daft Pina is kind of just I don't know what the word is. Oh yeah, I do. It's a horrible person. Daft Pina is a mean person in general. He just doesn't treat others fairly. He cannot take criticism, as shown from responses to his videos, but he somehow bullies other channels and calls it criticism, when it is obviously not. There are channels that do criticism very well. H3, Quite, Pyrocynical are all commentary, which is the genre that he falls under, and they all do criticism very well. He does not. He is terrible at it. He is mean to them. He has no reason to be mean to animation channels. Like, they are some of the safest content, and they don't hurt anybody in general. Like, he hasn't been attacked by it. No one attacks him in general. He just goes after them to get money. That is why he does it. And he is just an awful person all around. He treats others poorly. I feel like I'm getting repetitive here. I'm sorry. Anyway, so a couple examples of how badly he treats people is, I'll bring up the one about Chili Panda, where he talks about how Chili Panda is bad at animating, and he says that she should never animate and never even draw because she's so bad at it. Where she is a hardworking, genuine person who is just working on animated videos, and being a nice person. She is helpful to other people, and she does a lot of nice things for people. Another example is Speechy, who he treats very poorly, and he states that she should quit animating. I'm noticing a theme here. He tells a lot of people to quit animating, and he is very mean to these people. He doesn't treat them with any respect. He just says that they're terrible at animating, and they're some of the most genuine and nice people on the internet. Whereas he is a mean person who doesn't do anything nice for anyone, well, at least on his YouTube videos, and he is just there to make a quick buck. So he is in general just a horrible person, and he is extremely harsh for no particular reason. Next, talking about Daft Pina, I'm going to be talking about how James feels about the kind of content Daft Pina makes. James says in one of his more recent videos that he does not think that you should be reviewed. People should not be reviewed. They are individuals. They should not have to be subjected to reviews. And Tim Tom has stated that he has talked to children who are afraid to start a YouTube channel because they're afraid of Daft Pina reviewing them, which he is just scaring people away from doing something that they love. And animators don't make that much money, so you can see that he is just doing this because they are popular. He wants to make money. That is it. And he doesn't make that many videos, but he's just harsh in his videos, and he makes clickbait, he calls people out a lot, but he never stays to his word. So he is just mean in general. So now I will talk about the total anti-charismatic person known as Daft Pina. His voice is completely monotone, and you may say, well, Carrot, you're monotone. To which I'd say, yes, I'm mimicking him because I thought it would be funny. Okay? He has a very boring voice and nothing creative to add to any situation. So maybe, like he says for other YouTubers, he should just get off the internet and find a new job, because his videos are terrible and awfully made. Now, in conclusion, I want to say that Daft Pina is a terrible YouTuber. Fox Goodman is a terrible YouTuber. Matt Spicer is a terrible YouTuber. I am a terrible YouTuber. But they are both bad people. I personally, in this particular circumstance, am more on the side of Daft Pina. But I do not like him. I think he's a horrible person. But I more agree with him on this point, that Fox Goodman is not a good person either. But they are both terrible people. Well, Fox Goodman's not a terrible person. He's just really stupid. And he is a liar. But I guess he's just here to have fun, in his own words. So, but I think both of them should stop making videos. Well, at least Daft Pina, if they want to improve, Daft Pina should make videos talking about actual issues and not his opinions about people who work hard every day, because they do not need to be reviewed. These people are people who work hard on their content to make people entertained, and it is not your job to say whether or not they should still be working on what they do. There is, in Fox Goodman, he should make more original content and stop tracing, because in fact, even if he's going to add more sources in the future, that is still pretty stupid, because there's going to be so many. So he should just make his own original content instead of stealing others. But finally, I want to say, and to wrap up this video, they are both stupid people in a stupid circumstance where they're both wrong, and I don't like them both. I think that get off the internet, both of you, or fix yourselves, because please, just please.